All right, today we're at the American Pigeon Museum in Oklahoma City. We're going to go inside. We're going to get some inspiration for our Bird of the Month class, and we're going to also just check out and see everything else they have to offer. Come with me. The American Pigeon Museum is located at 2300 Northeast 63rd Street in Oklahoma City, right there in the Adventure District. So lots of great things in that area. They also have a website, theamericanpigeonmuseum.org. So visit that and see all the other information. It's just one of those places I always heard about and never got to stop by. So I finally made the time to do it, and I'm glad I did. It's free to get in. You can donate if you're able, or even just purchase something from the gift shop to show your support. Pigeons played a key role in World War I and World War II, and they have a nice display in the center room that showcases some of the memorabilia. There's a nice memorial for Thelma Snyder. She envisioned the Pigeon Museum and Library, and you can also read about her and learn about the early years and how it all started. Charles Darwin here and the origin of the species. They do have some pigeons on location, and they're very sweet and cool looking. Some are fancy pigeons, and I have a time-lapse drawing and a time-lapse painting from two of the pigeons. So please check that out also after this video. Okay, so to get started off, we want to get our basic pigeon down, just very loosely getting that together. And then once I have that done, I want to come back, fill in a bunch of background color. And you can see my blue is pretty wet here, which I don't really like, but I'm just gonna keep going with it. And I'm just spreading it around to cover my canvas. No problem, I'll let it dry. And now I'm building my layers and building some of the darker browns on the pigeon. I know we talk about backgrounds a lot, and it's always tricky to know what to paint or how to work something in there. So just starting off with this, I wasn't exactly sure what I was going to do, and I just wanted to get some color down. I started thinking about pigeons and where they're commonly seen, and I just think of a street. Can't help but think of just not their natural habitat, but just some unnatural city. I decided to place this pigeon in a city on a sidewalk by the corner of a building, and it would be great since this pigeon is on the street. Why not throw in some trash, just like you would see in some big city. The other thing with this video, I wanted you to see the importance of layering and just how much layering sometimes is in the process. So a lot of times when you've just done a few layers, you really need to build a bit more, especially when you're working with thinner paint. It's just going to take a bit more layering to really fill it in. The white spots of the wings, I want to kind of add a bit of an off-white or a light pink before I add my bright white highlights at the end. As I'm getting more layers built up on the pigeon, I'm realizing I need to change. I've got that base blue down, so I need to start changing that blue a little bit in the background. I need some darker areas, and I want my street to keep the blue, but I want the wall behind the pigeon to be a bit darker. So I just decided to go with a purple. Feel like it just kind of goes well with helping this pigeon pop off a little bit more. And I know a lot of times people ask, what do you do the background first or last? And here you can see, even though I wasn't sure what my background was going to be, it's just kind of building as I go. I'm still just kind of filling in around the pigeon. Even though I have this bit of an edge, that blue edge around, it's almost like a halo, like a glow. I don't really mind that. Some of that will go away, but some of that will stay. That is up to the artist if they want to do that. If you want to get a little bit closer and a little bit more fine, that's a good way. I'm anxious to see what backgrounds you choose. Are you going to put your pigeon in the street like me, or is your pigeon going to be up in the tree where they belong, or maybe somewhere else? I have a new idea for this pigeon painting. Now that I've painted it by this purple building, I have another exciting idea to expand on. I hope y'all enjoyed watching this video, and hopefully you learned a little something, and you can kind of see where, even though I made some mistakes, I was able to kind of rebound and get it back